in today's video we are doing the second cleaning and initial, like the first organization and setting up of my kitchen. We moved into this house, which is very exciting, all the new projects and everything. It's a lot of work, but I thought it would be fun for me to share the behind the scenes of how the kitchen was set up. And obviously you see all of the mess, how everything was brought into the kitchen, and now I'm setting everything up from scratch into the new space and everything. So I thought it would be interesting for you to see it and to hear my thought process of how I was thinking and what was going into setting up an organization of everything. I hope you enjoy it.
So here's the shot of the before of how it all looked when we just came in and randomly put things where we saw the space. You can see that there is a lot of things obviously everywhere, and yes, things in the pantry were just put there because there was space. Otherwise, well, everything is everywhere. I have started by looking at the spaces and evaluating where would be a good place for certain items and what cabinets could hold what. Obviously, it was very difficult to envision for me because it is a new space. So I just cleaned and wiped down some of the cabinets that I wanted to start with. And even though we did have the first cleaning done before we moved all of our things, we did have our friends and family help us clean the house. But obviously, you know, there's a lot of small little corners and not everyone can find and reach all of the corners, and it doesn't matter to me because as long as the majority of like the big dirty things were wiped down, now I could just wipe it one more time to make sure that it's perfectly clean for everything, and it was ready to hold all of our food and kitchen appliances. And yes, wiping down the cabinets at the top was so satisfying. The remodeling in this house is only 2 years old, so everything, all of the dirt and all of the grime was pretty fresh. I assume the old owners did not clean at the top. I'm not exactly sure, but again, like, I don't know. But there was some grease at the top, which was very easy to wipe down, and one of our friends brought some Costco, some kind of sanitizing wipes, which were so awesome to wipe everything down. The grease came off so easily, and it was interesting to me because regular baby wipes could not wipe it off, but the other stuff could. I need to ask her what exactly it was and where she bought it, because I need to buy some more of those wipes to make sure I could use that efficient system. It was very nice. And then the process of putting things away began. It was, again, as I mentioned, it was a little bit challenging to figure out which space should hold which items. But here we go. Like, my system was that I wanted to have plates and cups and bowls close to the dishwasher so that it's nice and easy to put them away after they're washed in the dishwasher. I also knew that I wanted utensils somewhere not too far away either. So you will see pretty soon where I placed the utensils. My knives, I don't keep my knives on the counter because, again, I want to try to keep it as as little things, as few things as possible on my counters. So I put the knives in the one of the drawers as well, the ones that doesn't open fully, so that the kids cannot open it as well. And again, I try to put like items together. So this is the cabinet with all of the baking goodies. I also will have a separate cabinet for like some party supplies, as well another cabinet for coffee and teas, and then another corner cabinet for breakfast items with cereals and oatmeal and peanut butter. So I was just trying to group things together, and I think I did a pretty good job, because right now, as I'm processing this video, it's around a month after we moved into the house, and the system is working pretty well so far. I did move a couple of items around, but so far it's pretty good. So my advice is to group like items together, as well as find places where you're using that item and how you reach for it, and put it nearby. And here we go with organizing the utensil drawer. The drawer is a little bit smaller than we had it in our older house. So again, it was a little bit different, and I was trying to figure out if the spoons and forks and like the knives and everything should be lined up in one way or the other. And that was actually one of the things that later I had to switch, because apparently we're using butter knives way more than large spoons, so I had to switch their spots a little bit. But it's a small change. It didn't matter too much. here we go. Now I'm getting to the pantry. This is the before shot of the pantry with all of the goodies in there. Now I was trying to figure out how to group them a little bit better into the baskets, as well as move out some of the things. So this corner cabinet, I decided that we are going to have our breakfast items here, which we used to have breakfast items back in our other home, also in the corner cabinet, and it worked pretty well. But here it works a little bit better because it's more space than we had before, so it's not as cluttered and not as stuffed. Before, we do have more, just wiggle room in that space. I didn't have to put extra things because we used to have pastas and sauces in there as well, and now it's more empty and obviously easier to reach for things. And here is my after shot of how all of the pantry is set up. I'm pretty satisfied, even though I obviously see that it will need the improvement. Things will have to get reorganized a little bit, but for now it looks pretty nice, and everything is seen and can be accessed in a pretty easy manner. And now I moved on to more organizing and more moving things around in the kitchen to the places that they belong to. And that is all, you guys. Look how beautiful and clean it all turned out. Obviously, I need to tell you, this does not look like this every day. On the daily basis, we have 3 small children and we're homeschooling right now, so it's a lot of snacking and a lot of eating at all times. But whenever it is clean and cleaned up after the most of the days, it's nice and beautiful and it's pretty pleasant to look at. So yes, here is the cabinet with my baking goodies, and I'll just show you what each cabinet holds and you will see for yourself. But yes, you guys, if you like videos like this, I would love to have you as my subscriber. I try to create content that inspires and helps work at home and busy moms to create systems in their lives and to give encouragement and best tips and ideas and hacks to organize and streamline our lives so that we have time to focus on the things that we love and eliminate as much of the clutter. And by clutter, I mean not only physical things, but also calendar appointments and just in general things that do not serve us, so that we can serve our families, our communities, ourselves as best as possible. And yes, I'm just trying to uplift moms as well as myself. I need encouragement too. But if this sounds interesting to you, you guys subscribe. I would love to hang out with you on the regular basis. I hope to see you in my next video, and you guys have a wonderful day.